Hello everybody, welcome back to the video, and today I'm going to be finishing up who I think should be the villain of Avengers Secret Wars. So, last time we ruled out Doctor Doom, meaning we didn't have an obvious candidate. However, I do have a character in mind that I thought about a while ago for this role, and I think this actually could be a great way to do that. So, last time we established, I think it should be a character that A, already exists, B, already has made several appearances, not just a cameo or two, and 3, should be tied to a legacy property. So, that's a new one I'm throwing in here. Legacy property. I think it should be Magneto. So, yeah, this is a name no one has said to my knowledge, which for me is really exciting, the fact that I'm getting to tell you guys this. So, Magneto. Why him? Well, a few reasons. So, let's look at the logistics of having Magneto be in an X-Men reboot for the MCU. Warning, this video will cover a very sensitive subject in human history, because Magneto in the comics and in the X-Men movies is a survivor of the Holocaust. And this should stay his origin, because it would, I think, while Marvel has done some things that people would consider questionable, I think them completely taking a character who survived one of maybe the most horrendous thing in human history and just putting them in a different time period, I think that would get a lot of people upset. And would kind of mean Marvel was saying, no, we want to pretend this didn't happen. So I'm going to say, I really think, but let's talk about logistics, because keeping Magneto's origin means that we have to acknowledge the fact that the X-Men, who will be 20s to 30s, will be fighting let's do the math quickly, the prologue of First Class, 1944. Magneto is 14 years old, which would mean he was born in 1930. That means the X-Men would, if there is not an X-Men movie until after Secret Wars, which currently is slated for 2027, that means they would be fighting someone who is almost 100 years old. So you would have 100-year-old going up against 20 and 30-year-olds. This was slightly more okay in the Fox movies because, that was in 2000, I believe. And, about 30 years less from then, it's more reasonable. So, but that might be something that people are going to say, wait a second, this dude's 100 years old. Are we supposed to take him seriously as a threat? So, apart from the moral quandaries of, can we fight someone who's literally 100 years old? Let's talk about other reasons for why Magneto would be a great pick for Secret Wars' villain. I could honestly, Deadpool 3 heavily seems to be focusing on the original trilogy of X-Men movies. We don't have anyone rumored from the newer stuff, apart from a new rumor about Anna Taylor-Joy reprising her role from the New Mutants, which I've heard from literally one place, so that could just be a joke video. I got fooled by that on April Fool's. Anyway, that's beside the point. We could see some surprise cameos, but if Deadpool 3 is going to focus on the original X-Men trilogy, then Secret Wars could focus a little bit more on that newer generation, which means we'd be talking about Michael Fassbender as the main villain for Secret Wars. And honestly, I think that would be a really cool idea. He was really good in those Fox X-Men movies. Both interpretations of Magneto were some of the best parts of the series. But in my opinion, I think that having that would be cool. And two, here's the thing: it would allow them to do a storyline which was heavily theorized to be coming already, House of M. Because the House of M comic book sees the Scarlet Witch, I'll explain in a second how this is connected, rewrite reality to where, mutants and superheroes, well, just mutants, are sort of, the rulers of Earth. Why is this important? Well, for two reasons. One, Magneto is the main villain of that story. And two, Magneto is also Scarlet Witch's father. So, wouldn't be that far out there to see Ian McKellen or Michael Fassbender. I mean, would there be an issue with having both Magnetos be the villain? I don't know. Just say they're from variant timelines. Easy enough. But have one or both of them approach the Scarlet Witch, say, hey, look, reality's breaking. How'd you like to help us fix it? Or how'd you like to help me fix it? And so they figure it out. Scarlet Witch creates Battle World for Magneto to rule over, to protect all of the superheroes. And you can have it be mainly mutants and Fox legacy characters with a few MCU characters in there. I think that could work. That could be an interesting idea. And then maybe, because you're going to have to, whatever villain you use for Secret Wars, I don't think you can use again. I established this point in part 1, so go check that out. But basically, this would clear up, this would be the easiest way for them to solve the Magneto problem. Have him be the full villain of Secret Wars, and just, here's the thing, he can, you could maybe even have it to where he's not ruling Battle World, to where he's instead, maybe he started the path that led to Battle World, but maybe halfway through he changes his mind. Because it's also important to note that in the original Secret Wars, when the Beyonder gathered all of the heroes and villains, Magneto was placed on the hero team. So, maybe, plus, another thing is, about Magneto being the main villain, is the Secret Wars comic is heavily about the friendship/rivalry of Reed Richards and Victor Von Doom. We have not had these two on screen before, so why don't you have it be about another friendship/rivalry and have Secret Wars be about ending the Xavier-Magneto feud? Could be interesting. Plus, Magneto, you could kind of give him a good reason. Or, literally, you don't even have to have the Scarlet Witch be involved. Just have it be the Apocalypse level power variant. If you want to go with Michael Fassbender, have it be from that movie. Maybe an alternate timeline where things turned out slightly differently. Apocalypse is still defeated. But Magneto still has that power and uses it to create Battle World. I can see it. I think this could be a fun way to change the comics while also adapting this other comic that involves a new universe that's, everyone thinks that history's different than it actually was. That involves multiversal beings. Because the Scarlet Witch is that, a multiversal being. So, Magneto actually is a great pick in my opinion. I haven't seen anyone bring him up, which actually might make it more likely Magneto could be brought in Avengers 5 to help stop Kang or whoever they might replace Kang with for that movie. And then at the last second, he does a heel turn, sees all the incursions, maybe the 616 and 838 or whatever universes that are colliding into each other. Maybe he sees that end and just uses his apocalypse level power to forge Battleworld. I think that could be interesting. So, there you have it. Magneto should be the villain of Secret Wars. And, I mean, if you guys have any great suggestions, leave them in the comments below, because I'm interested to see how this theory will go down. But anyway, that's it for this video. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.